Daddy, why does Mommy write her phone number on napkins for the men at church coffee hour? My 8-year-old daughter Emma holds up a crumpled napkin, vanilla perfume still clinging to the cheap paper, 7 digits in my wife's handwriting, a little heart dotting the I. The church fellowship hall buzzes around us, coffee percolating, donuts half-eaten on paper plates, normal Sunday morning sounds that suddenly feel like static in my ears. What napkin, sweetheart? My voice stays level. Has to. Emma's little brother Ben is building a tower with sugar packets at our table, oblivious. From Mr. Peterson's table, Mommy gave it to him when you were talking to Pastor John. Emma smooths the napkin against her Sunday dress. She's done it before. That's the 3rd napkin this month, Daddy. The words hang there, 3 napkins. My daughter's been counting. Catherine glides over, her red dress perfect. Smile practiced. 20 years of marriage, and I know every version of that smile. This one's new. Ready to go, family? She doesn't look at the napkin in Emma's hand, doesn't need to. In the car, silence. Ben hums a Sunday school song. Emma stares out the window. Catherine checks her phone at every red light. I watch her in the rearview mirror. When did I start doing that? Watching my own wife like she's a stranger? The kitchen feels smaller when we get home. Kids upstairs changing out of church clothes. Catherine pours herself wine. It's barely noon. We need to talk about what Emma said. She doesn't turn around. About what? Children have vivid imaginations. She said you gave your number to Tom Peterson. Now she turns, that smile again. Oh, that. He wanted to discuss the fundraising committee. I'm the coordinator, remember? You're being paranoid. The napkin's still in my pocket. I pull it out, smooth it on the granite counter between us. The same counter where we've shared 20 years of morning coffee. Where Emma took her first steps. Where Ben learned to write his name. This doesn't look like committee business. Catherine's laugh could cut glass. You're seriously interrogating me over a napkin? God, you're becoming just like my mother said you would. Controlling, suspicious, small. The words land exactly where she aims them. Always has been a good shot with words, my Catherine. I'm not trying to control. Aren't you? Monitoring who I talk to? Having our daughter spy on me? She takes a long sip of wine. Maybe if you paid attention to me instead of your work, I wouldn't need to have actual conversations with other adults. The gaslighting's so smooth I almost miss it. Almost let myself believe I'm the problem. Again. But Emma's words echo. That's the 3rd napkin this month. This isn't about me working. This is about boundaries. Boundaries. She says it like it's a foreign word. After 20 years, now you want boundaries? If you've ever felt that gut instinct something was wrong, I know you understand what I'm feeling right now. My voice stays calm, but my hands shake slightly as I fold the napkin, put it back in my pocket. Evidence. Why am I thinking of it as evidence? That night, after the kids are asleep, I call Jake. We've been friends since college. He listened through my wedding jitters, Emma's complicated birth, my dad's death. He'll listen now. Something's wrong with Catherine. Silence on his end. Too long. Jake, finally. The word comes out like exhale. I've been waiting for you to see it. My stomach drops. What do you mean? The gym thing, man. Sarah saw her car at the Marriott downtown last Tuesday. The same day she supposedly had that 3-hour spinning class. Tuesday, I was in depositions. Emma had piano, Ben had soccer, Catherine had spinning. This isn't the first time, is it? I already know the answer. Check the credit card statements, the ones she thinks you don't look at, and... Jake pauses. Check her gym bag, trust me. After we hang up, I sit in my home office. The house creaks with familiar sounds, safe sounds. But nothing feels safe anymore. The credit card statements are easy to find. Catherine handles most of our finances, but I have access to everything. Joint accounts, joint life, joint lies, apparently. Charges I don't recognize. Restaurants I've never been to. Always lunch hours, always for two. The gym membership she insisted on. The expensive one across town instead of the one 5 minutes away. Charges at department stores, Victoria's Secret. Not for birthdays or anniversaries, just random Tuesdays, Thursdays. Then I see it. A charge from 3 weeks ago that makes my blood cold. A second phone, paid in full. Cash pickup at the store. The house is quiet as I climb the stairs. Our bedroom door is cracked. Catherine's asleep, or pretending to be. Her gym bag sits by the closet. Purple Nike, top of the line. Another thing she had to have. I take it to the bathroom, lock the door, turn on the fan for noise cover. My hands shake as I unzip it. Workout clothes on top, barely used. Underneath, a phone I've never seen. Latest iPhone, different case than her regular one. A receipt from Nordstrom, lingerie. Not the kind she wears for me anymore. And a hotel key card. The Marriott downtown. Room of 412. The date on the checkout receipt is tomorrow, 2 p.m. I take photos of everything, put it all back exactly as I found it. Flush the toilet for show, wash my hands, look at myself in the mirror. The man looking back isn't naive anymore. In bed, Catherine shifts, murmurs something. Her hand finds mine under the covers, muscle memory. 20 years of sleeping beside someone creates patterns the body follows even when the heart's already leaving. Love you, she mumbles, automatic, meaningless. We don't leave, I whisper back. Something my father used to say, something I promised her the day Emma was born to premature, when the doctors weren't sure she'd make it. We don't leave, we stay. We fight, we survive. But some promises become prisons. The next morning, routine, coffee, breakfast. Emma practices spelling words. Ben builds Legos. Catherine scrolls her phone, her official phone, and laughs at something. Her laugh sounds different now that I'm listening. Performative. I have that committee meeting today, she says, not looking at me. Might run late. Which committee? I keep my voice neutral. Spread peanut butter on Ben's toast. Fundraising. I told you this. Irritation creeps in. Do you ever listen? Emma looks up from her spelling. Is Mr. Peterson going to be there? Catherine's coffee mug pauses halfway to her lips. Just for a second. Why would you ask that, sweetheart? He really liked talking to you on Sunday. The silence stretches. Ben fills it. Can I have jelly too? After school drop-off, I call in sick to work, first time in 3 years. My secretary sounds concerned. Everything okay, Mr. Davidson? Family emergency, I tell her, not a lie. By 1:30, I'm parked across from the Marriott downtown. The valet eyes my BMW, but I wave him off. I need to be able to leave quickly, or stay as long as necessary. Catherine's white Mercedes pulls up at 1:47. She hands the valet her keys, checks her reflection in the glass doors. She's wearing the red dress, the one I bought her for our anniversary last year. The one she said made her feel beautiful. She walks through the lobby like she owns it, doesn't look around, doesn't hesitate. She's done this before. I wait 15 minutes, then I follow. The lobby's all marble and modern art. The desk clerk's young, friendly. Checking in, sir. Actually, I'm meeting someone. Room 412. She types something. I'll need to call up for permission. No need. I walk toward the elevators like I belong there. Sometimes confidence is all you need. 4th floor. The hallway stretches forever. Room 412 is at the end. The do not disturb sign is already up. I stand there, listening, waiting, fighting the urge to use the key card in my pocket, the one from Catherine's gym bag that I kept. Evidence. Then I hear it. Laughter. Catherine's. But also another woman's voice. Not what I expected. I press closer to the door. The voices are clearer now. Businesslike. Numbers, dates, times. The Wednesday client wants to increase to twice weekly, the unknown woman says. Wednesday's getting clingy, Catherine replies. Might need to cut him loose. He pays triple. They always do when they're desperate. My phone vibrates. Jake texting, "You okay? Where are you?" I step away from the door, head for the stairwell, text back, "Following your advice, it's worse than an affair." "What do you mean?" But I can't type it, can't make it real with words yet. Back in my car, I wait, process, try to understand what I heard. Client, triple, desperate. An hour passes, then two. Finally, at 4:15, Catherine exits. Alone. She looks composed, professional. Like she really did just leave a committee meeting. I follow her, not home. She drives to a coffee shop in the Arts District, parks, goes inside. Through the window, I watch her open a laptop. The other phone, the secret one, sits beside it. She types, scrolls, occasionally smiles at the screen. A man approaches her table, older, suit, wedding ring prominent. They talk briefly. She hands him something small, a business card. He leaves. She goes back to typing. My phone rings. Emma's school. "Mr. Davidson, Emma's asking for you." She seems upset. The drive to school is autopilot. Emma's in the nurse's office, not sick, just sad. "I heard some kids talking," she says into my shoulder as I hold her. "About divorce." "What's divorce, Daddy?" "How do kids always know?" "It's when mommies and daddies decide to live in different houses," I say carefully. "But you promised we don't leave." There it is again, my promise, my father's words, the chain that's becoming a noose. Sometimes, sweetheart, staying together hurts more than being apart. She pulls back, looks at me with Catherine's green eyes but my stubborn chin. "Is Mommy leaving us?" "No one's leaving you and Ben, ever. You're loved, you're safe. That doesn't change." But even as I say it, I know everything else is about to. That evening, dinner's quiet. Catherine claims her meeting ran late, apologizes for missing the pickup duty. Emma watches her mother carefully. Ben chatters about dinosaurs. After bedtime stories, I find Catherine in our bedroom. She's on her laptop, that secret phone beside her. "Who are you texting?" I ask. She doesn't look up. "The committee, final fundraising numbers." The lie slides out so easily. "I saw you today." The words fall into the space between us like stones in still water. Her fingers freeze on the keyboard. "What?" "At the Marriott, room 412. She closes the laptop slowly, turns to face me. No denial, no tears, just calculation in her eyes. "How long have you known?" "Does it matter?" She stands, walks to the window. 20 years, and I still think she's beautiful. Even now. Especially now, maybe, because I'm seeing her clearly for the first time. "You wouldn't understand," she says, "try me." But she just shakes her head, goes to her gym bag, pulls out the phone I already know about, unlocks it, shows me the screen, an app I don't recognize, profile photos, payment amounts, reviews. "It's not what you think," she says, "but it's worse. The woman I married, the mother of my children, has been selling something I thought was ours alone. How long? 2 years. 2 years. 730 days of lies. Why?" She laughs, bitter. "You really want to know? Because I was drowning in this house, in this life, in your promise that we don't leave." She turns back to the window. "I needed something that was mine. This is what you chose? I chose freedom, financial, emotional, sexual, each word deliberate. I chose to stop being just Mrs. Davidson, devoted wife and mother. The children don't know, won't know, unless you decide to blow up their world to punish me. The manipulation is breathtaking. Make me the villain if I reveal the truth. Get out." "What?" "Pack a bag. Get out. Come back tomorrow when the kids are at school. We'll talk then." She studies my face. You won't do anything stupid? The only stupid thing I've done is not see this sooner. She packs methodically, takes the gym bag, both phones, pauses at the bedroom door. I never loved you, she says quietly. I loved your stability, your predictability, your promise that you'd never leave. She meets my eyes. But promises become cages, don't they? Then she's gone. I sit on our bed, our marriage bed, the place where Emma and Ben were conceived, where we whispered dreams and fears, where we became us. Except there never was an us, just me, loving a ghost, and her, playing a role. I pull out my phone, text Jake. You were right, it's over. His response is immediate. I'm sorry, brother, but also relieved. You deserve truth. Truth, such a simple word for such a complicated reckoning. Outside Emma's room, I pause. She's sleeping, one arm around her stuffed rabbit. Innocent, protected, for now. We don't leave, I whisper to the darkness. But sometimes, sweetheart, they leave us first. The house settles around me. 20 years of memories in these walls. But memories can be lies too, when one person was never really there. Tomorrow I'll call a lawyer. Tomorrow I'll start untangling the web. Tomorrow I'll figure out how to protect Emma and Ben from the fallout. But tonight, I sit in my office with the evidence spread before me. Hotel receipts, phone records, the napkin with 7 digits and a heart. That's the 3rd napkin this month, Daddy. My 8-year-old daughter saw what I couldn't, or wouldn't. The truth always surfaces. Sometimes it just needs innocent eyes to spot it first. The lawyer's office smells like leather and old coffee. Diane Hutchinson comes highly recommended. Divorced her own cheating husband 10 years ago, Jake said. She'll understand. Walk me through what you know, she says, legal pad ready. I lay it out. The napkins, the phone, the hotel. The app I saw briefly on her screen before Catherine snatched it away. Diane stops writing. You said an app? Like a booking system, profiles, payment amounts. Mr. Davidson, I need you to be very clear. Are you suggesting your wife is engaged in sex work? The words hang there, so clinical, so far from the woman who wore white lace at our wedding. I don't know exactly what she's doing, but money's involved, multiple men. We need proof, concrete evidence. Diane leans forward. This changes everything. Custody, assets, alimony. If she's breaking the law, the children can't know. My voice cracks. Emma and Ben, they can't know this about their mother. They might already know more than you think. That afternoon, I hire a private investigator, Marcus Webb, former cop. Discreet, Diane promised. I need a week, he says after I brief him. Maybe less. These situations, people get sloppy when they think they're clever. Catherine texts that evening. Staying with my sister, we'll get more things tomorrow, while kids at school. Her sister lives in Portland, 500 miles away. Another lie, probably. Emma finds me in the kitchen after dinner. Where's Mommy? Visiting Aunt Claire. She tilts her head. My observant girl. Mommy doesn't like Aunt Claire. Sometimes adults need space to think. Is it because of the napkins? Ben walks in before I can answer. Can we have ice cream? Distraction. Sometimes it's a gift. 3 days pass, routine holds us together, school, work, dinner, homework. But Emma watches me. Ben gets clingy. They know the shape of something wrong even if they can't name it. Marcus calls on day 4. Can you meet? Bring a flash drive. His office is in a strip mall between a tax service and a Vietnamese restaurant. Nothing fancy, nothing that screams private investigator. Your wife's not having an affair, he says, sliding a folder across his desk. She's running a business. The photos are clear. Catherine entering hotels, different ones, always well-dressed, always alone going in. Turn to page 6, a printout of a website. Elite Companions Portland. Catherine's photo, but the name says Veronica. The description makes my stomach turn. Sophisticated, educated, discreet, perfect for a professional gentleman seeking intelligent conversation and intimate connection. She's been doing this for 2 years, maybe longer, Marcus continues. Has a partner, woman named Janine. They run it together. Very professional, very careful. How many? Clients? From what I can tell, about 15 regulars, some prominent names. He slides another paper over. I recognize 3 names immediately. City councilman, bank president, someone from our church. Tom Peterson's on here. The fundraising committee gentleman, yes, Thursday afternoons. The room spins slightly. Tom Peterson. His wife Linda leads the children's choir. Their daughter is in Emma's class. There's more. Marcus pulls out another folder. Your joint bank accounts show regular deposits. Cash, always just under the reporting limit. She's been filing taxes on it as consulting income. She's paying taxes on this? Smart, actually. IRS doesn't care where money comes from as long as they get their cut. One of her clients sits on our school board. The words taste like ash. Marcus nods. Robert Henley, twice monthly. Has particular preferences I won't detail. I stand, pace, try to process. There's something else. Marcus's voice drops. She's been documenting things about you, building a file. What kind of file? He slides over printed emails. Catherine to someone named Legal Eagle in her contacts, probably her own lawyer. Husband increasingly paranoid, controlling, hired someone to follow me, worried about his stability around children. She's setting me up. Has been for months. Every time you questioned her, she documented it as emotional abuse. Every concern you raised became evidence of controlling behavior. But she's the one. Doesn't matter what's true, matters what she can make people believe. I take the folders, the flash drive, evidence of a life I never knew existed alongside mine. One more thing, Marcus says as I'm leaving. Your daughter. Emma. Talked to the school counselor yesterday, drew some pictures that concern them. The drive to school is automatic. The counselor, Mrs. Yang, is waiting. Emma's been having some anxiety, she says gently. She drew this yesterday. A crayon drawing, 2 houses, mommy in one, daddy, Emma, and Ben in the other. But there are other figures in mommy's house, faceless men. She said mommy has new friends, Mrs. Yang explains. Friends daddy doesn't know about. Daddy, we want to live with you. That's what Emma says that night, crawling into my lap during story time. Ben nods solemnly from his spot against my other side. Why would you say that, sweetheart? Mommy's different. She smells different, like other people's houses. How do you explain pheromones and strange cologne to an 8-year-old? And she lies, Ben adds quietly. My 6-year-old who still believes in Santa. She says she's going places, but goes other places. How do you know that? Her car has that map thing on the screen. It shows where she went. The GPS, of course. Catherine comes by the next day as promised. The kids are at school. She looks perfect, always does. Armor of makeup and designer clothes. I want to come home, she says. No, you can't keep me from my own house. Our house. And yes, I can. I know about elite companions. First time I've seen her genuinely shocked. It passes quickly. You hired someone to investigate me? How very controlling of you. You're selling yourself. While married to me, while raising our children. She laughs, actually laughs. Selling myself? I'm providing a service, companionship, conversation. Tom Peterson might disagree about the conversation part. What Tom and I do is between consenting adults. He's married, you're married. We're all married, darling. That's the point. Married and miserable. At least I'm honest about it. Honest, you've lied every single day for 2 years. No, I've survived. There's a difference. She walks to the window, looks out at the backyard where the kids' swing set sits. Do you know what it's like to disappear piece by piece? To wake up one day and realize you're just a supporting character in everyone else's life? So you became a prostitute? She whirls. I became free. I chose what to do with my body, my time, my attention. Her voice drops. And I'm very, very good at it. The children know something's wrong. The children will be fine unless you traumatize them with your righteous indignation. Emma drew pictures at school. The counselor's concerned. Something flickers in her eyes. Not guilt, annoyance. I never brought anyone home, never exposed them to anything. Your absence exposed them. Your lies exposed them. My lies? What about yours? Mommy's at a meeting. Mommy's helping friends. You've lied to them too. To protect them. To protect yourself. From admitting your perfect wife, your perfect life, was all an illusion. The doorbell rings. We both freeze. Through the peephole, I see Jake. Behind him, 2 other men, our friends, my support system. Intervention? Catherine asks, sardonic. Witnesses, I correct. To what I'm about to say, I let them in. Jake, Paul from work, David from church. They know everything. They're here to make sure this stays civil. Catherine, here's what's going to happen. You're going to move out permanently. We're getting divorced. I'm seeking primary custody. You can't. I can. I have evidence of prostitution, tax fraud. Yes, I know about the consulting income, exposure to criminal liability, endangerment of minor children. I never endangered them. Robert Henley has a conviction for solicitation in Nevada. You brought a sex offender into our lives. She pales. Didn't know I knew that. I want the house, the kids, and you gone. I'll fight you. I'll tell everyone you're abusive, controlling. I have documentation, and I have your client list, including 3 members of the country club board, 2 city officials, and the husband of the PTA president. I let that sink in. Want to see who blinks first? She looks at the men in my living room, witnesses, support. Everything she isolated me from, slowly, over years. You planned this. No, Catherine, you planned this. Every lie, every client, every deposit. You planned your escape. This is just the consequence. She stands, gathers her purse. I'll need my things. Make a list. I'll pack them. You're really going to do this? Destroy our family? Jake speaks up. You destroyed it. He's just cleaning up the debris. At the door, she turns. I never loved you. I loved your stability. I know, you told me already. I meet her eyes. But I loved you. Really loved you. That's the difference between us. No, she says quietly. The difference is I had the courage to admit what I wanted. After she leaves, the men stay. We don't talk much, just sit, present. The way men do when words aren't enough. The kids? Paul finally asks. They already know something. Have to figure out how much to tell them. The truth, David says. Age appropriate, but truth. That night, I sit Emma and Ben down. The swing set visible through the window. The place where I pushed them as toddlers. Where Catherine used to laugh with them, before. Mommy and Daddy are going to live in different houses. Ben climbs into my lap. Emma stays separate, processing. Because of the napkins? She asks. Because sometimes adults grow in different directions, and staying together would hurt more than being apart. Will we see Mommy? Yes, she loves you both. That never changes. But we live here? With you? Emma's voice is small. If that's what you want. We want you, Ben says simply. You don't lie. Children see everything. We just hope they don't. What matters more? I ask them gently. Keeping everyone together even if it hurts, or letting people find their own happiness, Emma thinks. My philosophical child. Happiness, but real happiness, not pretend. That's very wise, sweetheart. Daddy, Ben asks, can we have a dog now? The innocence breaks my heart and heals it simultaneously. Later, after bedtime, I sit in my office with the divorce papers, primary custody petition, financial statements, evidence folders. My phone buzzes. Catherine, you win. Not a victory, just an ending. No, a beginning. I pull out a legal pad, start writing. Not about Catherine, about Emma and Ben, about the life we'll build, the truth we'll tell, the family we'll become, 3 of us instead of 4, but real. No more pretense, no more lies. We don't leave, I write at the top, then cross it out. We stay when it's healthy, we leave when it's not. We choose truth over comfort, better, more honest. The house settles into night sounds. Emma coughs. Ben's nightlight clicks off on its timer. Normal sounds, but peaceful now. No more waiting for the other shoe to drop. It already dropped, and we survived. Tomorrow, Catherine's sister actually does call. She had no idea Catherine was claiming to visit. Another lie unraveled. Marcus sends more information. The full client list is extensive. Catherine was very busy, very profitable. The house in the suburbs was funded by hotel afternoons. Share if you believe some lies are too big to forgive, I think, then shake my head. This isn't about forgiveness. It's about truth. The school counselor calls. Emma's doing better. Drew a new picture. 1 house, 3 people and a dog, smiling. She's processing well, Mrs. Yang says. Children are resilient when they feel secure. Security, not in staying together, but in truth, in consistency, in knowing they're loved without conditions or lies. Jake comes by that evening, brings beer, good beer. We sit on the back porch. How you holding up? Better than expected. The kids? They knew. Somehow they knew. Kids always do. We drink in silence. Then he says, Sarah wants you to know she's sorry about having to be the one who saw Catherine's car. Tell her thank you for seeing what I couldn't. Wouldn't. You wouldn't see it. Different than couldn't. Maybe. Or maybe love makes us blind until innocence opens our eyes. What now? Jake asks. Now we rebuild, honestly this time. The legal stuff? Diane says it's solid. Catherine wants to avoid exposure. She'll agree to most terms. And the business? Still running, apparently. Portland's a bigger market. We both absorb that. The woman I married is gone. Maybe she never existed. But the woman she actually is, she's free now too, in her own way. The kids will have questions when they're older. I'll tell them the truth when they're ready. All of it? Enough. They deserve honesty, not burden. Ben appears in the doorway. Pajamas, stuffed dinosaur. Can't sleep, buddy? He crawls into my lap. Is Uncle Jake staying? Just visiting. Good. We need good people. From the mouths of babes. After Jake leaves and Ben's back in bed, I stand in what was our bedroom. Catherine's closet still full. Her perfume on the dresser. Ghost of a life. I start packing. Methodical. Respectful. These things meant something once. To someone. Even if that someone was performing. In her jewelry box, I find it. The napkin. Not from church. From our first date. 22 years ago. Coffee shop near campus. She'd written her number on it. Drawn a heart. I'd kept it. She'd kept it. Maybe she wasn't always performing. Maybe once briefly it was real. Or maybe keeping it was performance too. I'll never know. And that's the cruelest truth. That I'll never know what was real. The napkin goes in the box with everything else. Evidence of a person I thought I knew. Tomorrow, the lawyer. Tomorrow, the custody evaluator. Tomorrow, the explanation to extended family. But tonight, just this. Packing away 20 years, while my children sleep safely down the hall, while truth settles into the spaces lies left behind. We don't leave, I whisper one more time, testing it. No, we choose. We choose to stay or go based on truth, not obligation. Better, healthier, the kind of promise I'll teach Emma and Ben. The kind that doesn't become a cage. The courthouse smells like floor wax and desperation. Family court. Where love goes to die, Jake said, but also where truth sometimes wins. Diane meets me at security. She's already here, with counsel. Who? Richard Blackstone. The shark. The one who got that tech executive full custody despite 3 affairs. Catherine came to win. Don't worry, Diane says. Truth beats theater. Courtroom 4B, wood paneling. Judge Martha Chen presiding. She has a reputation for seeing through bullshit. Catherine sits with Blackstone. Navy suit, pearls, the perfect wronged wife costume. She's even carrying a tissue, dry but visible. Davidson versus Davidson. Custody hearing. Blackstone starts. Your Honor, my client has been subjected to surveillance, intimidation, and emotional abuse. Mr. Davidson hired a private investigator to stalk her. He's poisoning their children against their mother. We're requesting full custody and substantial support. The performance is flawless. Catherine dabs her eyes. Voice trembles as she describes my controlling behavior and paranoid accusations. He went through my personal belongings, tracked my movements, made wild accusations about innocent friendships. Then our turn. Diane stands, calm. Your Honor, we have evidence that Mrs. Davidson has been operating an escort service for 2 years while married, exposing the children to potential danger and criminal liability. Objection. Blackstone's on his feet. That's slander without proof. Proof? Diane pulls out the folder. Exhibit A through J, Your Honor. The website printouts, bank records, client list, photos from Marcus. Judge Chen reviews them. Her expression doesn't change, but something shifts in her posture. Mrs. Davidson, are you familiar with Elite Companions Portland? Catherine's mask slips for a second. I provided consulting services. What kind of consulting? Social engagement, event planning? At the Marriott downtown, room 412, every Tuesday and Thursday? Silence. I'll need to review all evidence, Judge Chen says. We'll reconvene tomorrow. In the hallway, Catherine corners me. You're destroying me. No, you destroyed us. I'm just refusing to hide it. The children know their mother lies. They figured it out themselves. That night, Emma can't sleep, finds me in the kitchen at midnight. Are you and Mommy fighting about us? No, sweetheart. We're fighting about choices, adult choices. I want to tell the judge something. My heart stops. What? That we choose you. Ben and me. We choose you. You might have to tell someone that. A special counselor who helps judges understand what kids want. Good, because Mommy makes us sad. She pretends too much. The guardian ad litem visits the next day. Mrs. Patricia Reeves, grandmother type, smart eyes. She talks to Emma first, then Ben, then me. Tours the house, reviews schedules, normal stuff. Your daughter's very articulate, she says. She mentioned napkins. It's how this started. Emma noticed her mother giving her phone number to men. And your son wants a dog and stability. In that order. She almost smiles. They both seem clear about their preferences. I never influenced. I know. Children who are coached sound different. Your kids just sound aware. Day 2 of court. Catherine's brought character witnesses. 3 women from church. They testify about her dedication, her volunteering, her maternal devotion. Then Diane cross-examines. Were you aware Mrs. Davidson was charging $500 an hour for her time? Did you know she was meeting clients at hotels during school hours? Would it surprise you to learn one of her clients is your husband? And that last one to Jennifer Martinez. She goes white, looks at Catherine, then at her wedding ring. No further questions. Our witnesses. Jake testifies about the pattern of lies. Paul about finding me collapsed in my office after discovery. David, uncomfortably, about Tom Peterson. He confessed to me, David says, during men's prayer group. Said he'd been seeing someone, paid her, only learned it was Catherine when this came out. She's been recording me. Marcus takes the stand. Professional, detailed, devastating. The escort service generated approximately $200,000 annually. Tax records show it reported as consulting. Several clients have criminal histories. One is a registered sex offender. Catherine's lawyer objects repeatedly, overruled each time. Then the guardian ad litem's report. Both children express strong preference for living with their father. The 8-year-old specifically cited feeling unsafe with her mother's friends. The 6-year-old said, and I quote, "Daddy doesn't make us lie." Catherine starts actual crying now, real tears. The children wrote letters. Mrs. Reeves continues. May I read them? Judge Chen nods. Emma's letter. Dear Judge, my daddy teaches us that promises matter. My mommy breaks promises. She says she's one place but goes another. She gives her number to men who aren't daddy. I don't want to live with someone who lies. I want to live with daddy. He tells the truth even when it's hard. Love, Emma Grace Davidson. Ben's letter is shorter. I want to live with Dad. He doesn't have secrets. Also, can we get a dog? Ben. Even the court reporter smiles at that one. Catherine stands suddenly. I need to speak. Her lawyer tries to stop her. She pushes past him. Yes, I did it, all of it. But not because I'm some monster. Because I was dying inside. Dying of suburbia and sameness and his goddamn promise that we don't leave. She turns to me. You trap me with your stability, your reliability, your suffocating dedication. Mrs. Davidson, Judge Chen warns. No! He needs to hear this. Everyone needs to hear this. I played the perfect wife for 20 years. 20 years of PTA meetings and pot roasts and pretending his missionary position was enough. I wanted more. I deserved more. So, I took it. By selling yourself, Diane asked quietly. By selling a fantasy. The same fantasy I gave him for free. At least the clients appreciated it. Mommy? Everyone turns. Emma's in the doorway with Mrs. Reeves. They'd been in the children's waiting room. The door was supposed to be closed. Emma, honey. Catherine starts toward her. Emma steps back, into my arms. You said bad words about Daddy. Sweetheart, we choose Dad. He doesn't make excuses. Judge Chen clears the courtroom, brings us into chambers, just parents and lawyers. I've seen enough, she says. Mrs. Davidson, your choices have consequences. You engaged in illegal activity. You exposed your children to potential harm. You systematically deceived your family. But I'm granting primary physical and legal custody to Mr. Davidson. You'll have supervised visitation initially, progressing to unsupervised if you comply with court requirements. Requirements? Cease all escort activities, therapy, parenting classes, drug testing. Yes, we know about the Xanax without prescription. Another secret revealed. Child support will be calculated based on your reported income. All of it. Catherine slumps. It's over. Mr. Davidson, the children will need therapy too. This is traumatic. Already arranged, Your Honor. Good. 6-month review. We're done here. Outside the courthouse, Catherine waits by my car. I suppose you're satisfied. No, I'm sad. For all of us. I never meant to hurt them. But you did. Lying hurts. Secrets hurt. Teaching them to pretend hurts. She lights a cigarette. Another surprise. You know what the ironic part is? I'm good at it. The escort thing. Really good. They pay not just for sex, but for understanding. For being seen. You could have been seen at home. No, at home I was mom and wife. Never Catherine. Never whoever I actually am. Who are you? She smiles sadly. I'm still figuring that out. But for the first time, I get to try. Her supervised visitation starts the next week. 2 hours at the community center. Emma's polite but distant. Ben shows her his dinosaur collection. Catherine tries too hard, then not hard enough, then just sits, watching them play. She didn't show up for her visitation. Third week, no Catherine. The supervisor calls to confirm. She's in Portland, Emma says matter-of-factly. She posted on Instagram. I didn't know Emma knew about Instagram. A month passes. Catherine surfaces via lawyer. She's relocating permanently to Portland. We'll see the kids one weekend a month, if they want. Do we have to? Ben asks. No, but she's still your mom. She's our mom, Emma corrects, but you're our parent. From the mouths of babes, again. The house feels different now. Lighter. We redecorate. Emma picks colors. Ben chooses artwork, mostly dinosaurs. I contribute by saying yes to everything. Jake brings Sarah by for dinner. She's been peripheral through all this, supportive but distant, appropriate. You okay? She asks while the kids are upstairs. Getting there. For what it's worth, Catherine was an idiot. She was unhappy. She was selfish. There's a difference. Sarah's going through her own divorce. Her husband chose bourbon over family. Different poison, same result. She comes by more often, helps with school pickups when I have court, teaches Emma to braid hair, shows Ben card tricks. Is Sarah your girlfriend? Emma asks one evening. She's a friend, but she makes you smile, like in the old pictures, before Mommy got sad. It's too soon for girlfriends. When will it not be too soon? When you and Ben are ready. Emma considers this. We're ready now. 6 months pass. The review hearing is brief. Catherine appears via video from Portland. She's fighting for unsupervised visitation. I've complied with everything, she says. I've stopped the business. I'm in therapy. I have a legitimate job. Doing what? Judge Chen asks. Marketing. For a tech startup. Using her skills differently. Good for her, maybe. The children haven't seen you in 3 months, the judge notes. Travel's expensive. You reported $200,000 in income last year. Silence. I'll grant unsupervised visitation, 1 weekend monthly, if you actually show up. She doesn't, not for 2 more months. Then suddenly she's there. New car, new look, new boyfriend in tow. This is Marcus, she tells the kids. Different Marcus, younger, tech money obvious. Does he know? I ask quietly while the kids get their bags. About before? Yes, he finds it exciting. And the kids? We'll never know from me. It's the first honest conversation we've had. Emma returns from that weekend quiet, Ben clingy. She wanted us to call Marcus Uncle, Emma reports. We said no. She got mad, Ben adds. Said we're being influenced. You're being honest. That's different. Sarah comes for dinner that night. The kids requested her. They tell her about Portland, about Marcus, about the expensive restaurant where they felt uncomfortable. Your mom's trying to figure out who she is, Sarah tells them. Sometimes adults have to start over. Did you start over? Emma asks. Yes, after my divorce. Are you happy now? Sarah looks at me, smiles. Getting there. After the kids are in bed, we sit on the back porch, where Jake and I drank beer, where Catherine never liked to sit because of bugs. They're good kids, Sarah says, despite everything. Because of how you've handled everything. I just told them the truth. Age-appropriate truth. That's everything. Kids can handle truth. It's lies that damage them. Speaking of truth, yes? Emma's right. You do make me smile. She takes my hand. First physical contact beyond friendly hugs. Too soon? No, just careful. The kids come first. Always. That's why I trust you. A year passes. Catherine fades to monthly phone calls, birthdays and Christmas visits. She sends expensive gifts instead of time. Emma wins the school art contest. Her painting's about family. 3 figures and a dog. We got a golden retriever named Max under a rainbow. Where's Mommy? Someone asks at the exhibition. In Portland, Emma says simply. She has a different life now. No shame, no anger, just fact. Sarah's there. Officially my girlfriend now, the kid's choice as much as mine. Sarah makes Dad laugh, Ben tells anyone who listens. And she teaches me magic. The painting gets framed, hangs in our hallway, next to a photo from last Christmas. All of us, including Sarah, in matching pajamas. Emma's idea. Catherine calls that night, drunk or sad or both. I see the Instagram posts. You're a happy little family. The kids are happy. That's what matters. With her, your replacement. Sarah's not a replacement. She's an addition. I could have been happy if you'd let me be myself. You're yourself now. Are you happy? Long silence. I'm free. That's not the same thing. No, she admits, it's not. The kids would love to see you more. Would they? Or would they be polite because you taught them manners? Both, probably. But mostly they'd like to know their mother, the real one. The real one sells herself to strangers. Sold, past tense. You're more than that mistake. Am I? Because that mistake is the only time I felt alive. Then find another way to feel alive, one that includes your children. Maybe, someday. But someday doesn't come. Not really. Visits get more sporadic, calls shorter. She becomes a holiday obligation, a birthday card, a story they'll tell their therapist someday. 2 years after the divorce, we're at the church spring fair. Same fellowship hall where this started. Same coffee, different life. Tom Peterson's there with Linda. They're in counseling, Jake told me, working through it. Good for them. He approaches while Sarah has the kids at the cakewalk. I owe you an apology, he says. You owe Linda an apology, not me. That too, but I need you to know I didn't know it was Catherine, not at first. Would it have mattered? He thinks. No, probably not. I was looking for something. She provided it. What were you looking for? To feel wanted, chosen, even if I had to pay for it. And now? Now I'm learning to be worth choosing, without paying. He walks away, back to Linda, who takes his hand. We don't leave. Sometimes that's the right choice. Sarah returns with the kids. Ben won a cake. Emma has face paint. A butterfly. Dad! They have napkin art at the craft table. Emma pulls me over. The church ladies are teaching kids to fold napkins into flowers and animals. Emma takes one, starts drawing on it instead. Our house, our family, even Max. Can we frame this? She asks. Of course. She hands it to me, then pauses, takes it back, adds something in the corner. A small figure, separate but present. Who's that? Sarah asks. Mommy, she's not with us, but she's still part of the story. My wise, generous girl. That napkin gets framed, hangs next to her award-winning painting. Evidence that you can make art from anything, even the things that once hurt you. Catherine sends a message that night. Must have seen the Instagram post of the fair. Same church, same napkins, different life. Different choices, I respond. I heard you're happy. Really happy. We are. Good. That's good. You could be too. I am what I am, but at least I know it now. The gallery opens 6 months later. Emma's art teacher organized a student showcase. Real gallery, real opening. Wine for adults, juice boxes for artists. Emma's piece is featured. Family portrait revised. The napkin art, enlarged and enhanced. We're all there. Even Catherine, a shadow figure but rendered with compassion. It's beautiful, a voice says behind me. Catherine, in Portland casual instead of suburban perfect. You came. Emma invited me, sent a handwritten letter. We stand together, looking at our daughter's interpretation of our dissolution. She doesn't hate me, Catherine sounds surprised. We taught her love isn't conditional on perfection. You taught her that, after I proved it true. Sarah approaches carefully. Catherine, good to meet you. They shake hands, civilized, adult. You taking care of them? Catherine asks. We take care of each other. Catherine nods, looks at the painting again. I'm the shadow. Shadows prove the light exists, Emma says, appearing beside us. My art teacher says negative space is still space. When did you get so wise? Catherine asks. When you left, I had to be. It's not cruel, just honest. Catherine accepts it. I'm proud of you, she tells Emma. Your art, your truth, your dad's daughter. And yours, Emma says. The part's worth keeping. Catherine tears up. Real tears, no performance. Can I hug you? Emma nods, steps into her mother's arms. Brief, but real. Ben joins us. Hi, Mom. Hi, baby. I'm not a baby, I'm 8. You'll always be my baby. Okay, but also 8. She hugs him too. He allows it, then returns to Sarah's side. Dad, they have those little quiches you like, he announces. Go ahead, we'll catch up. The kids head off with Sarah. Catherine and I stand alone. You did good, she says, without me. We did what we had to. The promise about not leaving, you broke it. No, I kept it. I didn't leave the kids. I didn't leave myself. I didn't even leave you. You left us first. She considers this. I did, didn't I? The question is, are you happy with where you went? I'm myself, finally, completely. It's terrifying and liberating and lonely and perfect. Sounds complicated. It is, but it's mine. We watch our children across the gallery, laughing, pointing at art, being kids. Share this if you believe in second chances at happiness, she says unexpectedly. What? Something I saw online about starting over, finding yourself after losing everything. She pauses. I lost everything, but maybe that's what I needed, to lose it all to find out what I actually wanted to keep. And what do you want to keep? The memory of who we were before. I became someone else. The kids, even if from a distance. The knowledge that I'm capable of more than pretending. That's something. It's everything. And nothing. Both. The gallery owner announces awards. Emma wins second place. She beams. Finds us in the crowd. All of us. Even Catherine. My family's here, she announces to her friend. Present tense, inclusive, honest. After the gallery, we all go for ice cream. Strangest family configuration ever. Ex-husband, girlfriend, kids, and the woman who burned it all down. This is weird, Ben announces cheerfully. Good weird or bad weird? Sarah asks. Just weird. I'll take it, Catherine says. She leaves after ice cream, hugs the kids, shakes hands with Sarah, looks at me for a long moment. Thank you for not letting them hate me. Hate takes too much energy. We needed it for healing. She drives away in her Portland car. Back to her Portland life, her truth. Will we see her again? Ben asks. When she's ready? When will that be? When seeing us doesn't hurt her, and when her being gone doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt, Emma says. It just is. At home, the kids get ready for bed. Normal routine, teeth, stories. Prayers that now include, help mommy find her happy. Sarah and I sit on the porch, our porch now, Max at our feet. That was, intense, she says. Catherine's always intense, even in absence. The kids handled it well. They've had practice. Do you think she'll come around more? Maybe, when she's done punishing herself. Is that what she's doing? Among other things, finding herself, punishing herself. Same process, maybe. Sarah leans into me. You know what I love about you? My devastating good looks? Your ability to hold complexity, to let things be complicated without needing them to be simple. Catherine taught me that people can be multiple things, loving mother and selfish woman, good wife and secret escort, truth and lies in the same person. And you? I'm simpler. Dad, partner, former husband, art gallery enthusiast, dog owner, keeper of promises that matter, breaker of ones that cage. That's not simple. No, but it's honest. We sit in comfortable silence. Inside, Emma's reading to Ben. Their voices carry through the window. Safe sounds, true sounds. The napkin, Sarah says suddenly. Which one? The one Emma drew on. That started as evidence of betrayal, became art about family. Full circle. No, transformation. Nothing circles back to the same place. It spirals forward. Looks similar, but it's fundamentally changed. She's right. The napkin in Emma's art isn't the napkin from the church. It's what we made from what tried to break us. My phone buzzes. Catherine again. I'm getting help. Real help. Not court-ordered. From me. Good. Maybe someday I can be more than a shadow in Emma's paintings. Maybe, but shadows have their place too. In the composition, I know, negative space. Still space. Good night. Kiss them for me. Kiss them yourself. Next time. Next time. There will be a next time, and another, until there isn't, or until there's more. We'll see. For now, this is enough. This complicated, honest, imperfect family we've built from the ruins of the perfect one we pretended to have. Sarah goes inside to check on the kids. I stay on the porch, watch the stars, think about promises and napkins and the courage to see clearly. We don't leave, I say to the night. Then revise? We don't leave the truth, even when it leaves us. Better, final. Inside, laughter. Sarah's teaching Ben a new card trick. Emma's giggling. Max barks happily. I go in, join my family, my real family. The one built on truth instead of pretense, choice instead of obligation, love instead of performance. On the mantel, Emma's framed napkin catches the light. Our story in crayon and innocence. Beginning with betrayal, ending with art. Not ending, continuing. Always continuing. But honestly now. Dad, Ben calls. Watch this. I watch. I'm here. We're all here. Even the shadows. Especially the shadows. They prove the light is real.